Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Get in here, get in here, get in here, guys. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. When you come in, make sure you guys give the live stream a thumbs up. YouTube, hit the thumbs up on the live stream. TikTok, you guys tap that screen. Welcome in, Lisa. If this is your first time seeing me live, drop a 1 in the chat so I can shout you guys out. Drop a 1 in the chat if this is your first time seeing me live. Welcome in, welcome in. Come on in, come on in. TikTok, let's tap that screen. Hello, one of a kind. Welcome in, YouTube. Welcome in, TikTok and FB. Well, I have to actually hit go live on FB. But come on in here, guys. Come on in here. Hey, Love Endure. Hey, Sasha. Welcome in, welcome in. So YouTube, make sure you guys give the live stream a thumbs up. Smash that like button. Like, comment, and subscribe. TikTok, you guys, make sure you guys are tapping the screen. If this is your first time in a live stream, drop a 1 so I can shout you out. Who is that? Sean. Welcome in, Sean. Let me bring FB into the chat. But I got some real conversation to talk with y'all tonight because it's Sunday and I know we have work tomorrow on Monday. But I want to see in the chat how many people only have one income stream. If you have one income stream, drop a 1 in the chat. If you have 2 income streams, drop a 2. I want to see who we got into the room tonight. Because really, y'all, one income stream is too close to none. And I'm trying to put you guys in position to where if anything happens to your one income stream, you should have a backup plan. You should have another source of income that can keep you up, even if you lose one stream of income. So if you have only one income stream, drop a 1 in the chat. And this is a safe space, y'all. No judgment zone. This is a safe space. So just be real. If you have one stream of income, drop a 1. If you have 2 income streams, drop a 2 in the chat. Let me see if I can. All right. Toomer says 1 of a kind, 1 life experience, 1. Okay. Now I got another question for y'all. Now, Bruce got 2 income streams. Okay. I know that's right. Shout out to Bruce doing their biggest one. Let me turn my sound effects up. I don't know why it's so low. But for the ones that said they only have, oh, Mr. D said he got 3. Okay. All right, we got some people in here working. But the question I have for y'all tonight is what would you do if that one stream of income stopped for you? Like, how would you make money? I really want to see in the chat, like, what would you guys do to make money if that one stream of income stopped for you? So just type it in the chat. I want to see. Kay said 2, mine and military husband. I know that's right. Listen, Kay said she got her backup plan. I know that. Period. We got the backup plans in the chat. Hey, Wealthy. But for you guys that have one stream of income, drop in the chat. What would you do if you lose that one stream of income? Bruce said retire. Who else? What else would y'all do if you didn't have that stream of income anymore? I want to know. Because listen, y'all, I was in that same position. I only had 2 streams of income, but when I went through something, I actually went through a loss, and it got to a point where that one active income stream that I had to show up every day for, when I couldn't physically show up, guess what? I had to have something else to fall back on to kind of keep me afloat. So that's why I want to teach you guys that you need to have at least a second income stream in your life. If anything happens, whether your 9 to 5 quits you, whether you physically cannot show up to work, because honestly, y'all, life happens. And that's just the reality of it. We go through things and tomorrow is not promised for anybody. So what would you do if you lost that one income stream? So that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys today about an income stream that changed my entire life. Not only did it give me financial freedom, but it allowed me to not have to sit here and trade my time for money. If your income is determined on you clocking in to a job every single day to make your money, you're not doing something right, and you need to get in this chat. So if your income stream is dependent on you showing up every day, we're going to have to change that tonight. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this chat. about giving you guys another option outside of your one income stream that can help you and keep you afloat. So TikTok community, I'm gonna need for you guys to tap the screen. FB, I'm gonna need for you guys to hit the hearts on the live stream. YouTube, you guys make sure you give the live stream a thumbs up. So a couple of rules of the live stream before we get started and before I teach you guys. Number one, make sure you guys are engaging with the live. So that's tapping the screen, that's hitting the likes on the stream, that's hitting the hearts. That's going to help keep the content boosted. And it just shows me that you guys are engaging with me. And then also, number two, when I tell you guys to drop something in the chat, make sure you drop it in the chat because that shows me that you guys are listening, paying attention, and you're getting what I'm putting down. And then number three, this is a safe space for you to dream big, level up your life, and elevate. So this is a safe space. No bad energy. Any weirdos will get blocked in my chat. It's a strict program on this page, so keep it cute. Keep it cute. Keep it cute. Practice said just made my flyers and got 2 grants. And all right, shout out to you. We got some action takers in the chat. For those that are new here, if this is your first time seeing me, my name is Lane. I'm based in Atlanta. I teach you guys how to get paid from housing the homeless through starting your own housing program. Listen, y'all, I've been doing this business since 2021. And honestly, this is the business that has changed my life. And this is a business that honestly sustained me when I was not able to work anymore, because it came to a point where I had ended up losing somebody that I love dearly. And then I don't know if anybody ever grieved in this chat. I don't know if anybody ever lost somebody in the chat, but if you've ever had to grieve or lose somebody, drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat. If you ever had to go through grief, loss, drop a 1. Because honestly, I've never dealt with loss until I experienced that. But when I tell y'all that took the entire life out of me, I could not show up. I could barely eat. I could barely work. I could barely get out of bed. And guess what? My money, it took a hit. One of my income streams took a hit. However, I'm thankful that I had my housing program, my independent housing. Yeah, it's a lot mindset for real, for real. Like, you never know what it's like to lose somebody until you lose them. And it's like, grief honestly has no timeline, y'all. But I'm thankful that I had my business. I'm thankful that I had my housing program that was able to make me money and sustain me when I was not able to physically get up and leave the house. So that's why I want to get on here and educate you guys about the option that's available for you, that you don't have to just have one income stream. You should be starting a business that can run without you being there, a business that can kind of sustain you without you having to trade your time for money. And that's what and I didn't realize how good I had it, y'all, until I could not physically work anymore. And a lot of people don't think about that. Y'all thinking like, oh, I could clock in, I could do this. But when your body physically will not let you do anything, like, what can you do? So that's why I want to teach you guys an income stream that can take care of you without you having to show up and slave every single day, without having to be shackled to your business. And once you set your business up one time, I'm gonna teach you guys how to set up independent housing programs that once you set it up one time, that one house can pay you for life, or until you either shut down that house or until you decide to cancel your lease. So if you guys are ready to learn about what I'm talking about, drop ready in the chat and we're going to get into it, because a lot of people don't know that this is the best kept secret. Independent housing is really the best kept secret, y'all, that people are not talking about. People are talking about group homes, they talking about personal care homes, but nobody is telling you how an everyday person can start an independent housing program, help their community, and become financially free. But I'm here to let you guys know what's the real. Tammy said, just lost my mother. My condolences, Tammy. Yeah, all my comments is coming in on FB. Period. So my condolences. But yeah, you guys, grief is hard, but you need to have a stream of income. Everybody in this chat deserves to have a stream of income that can make them money without them having to show up every single day. So for example, y'all, whether I show up on social media to you guys or not, guess what? My houses are making me money. I don't have to sit here. Whether I go to the houses or not, my money is still collecting every single month. So that's what I want you guys to be able to set up in your cities and your states so that you can actually create a life of freedom for yourself. Everybody in this chat deserves a life of freedom. If you want freedom for yourself, drop freedom in the chat. Drop freedom in the chat. Leticia said, I lost my significant other. I can relate, Leticia. My condolences, but it's tough. It's tough. And that's why you guys need to build something that can sustain you. So, what happened if you lose a person that's helping take care of you? As a woman, we should always have a way to give ourselves income outside of another person. And that's the same thing with a 9 to 5, y'all. Like, you should never put all of your livelihood into one thing. So that's why I'm here to teach you guys freedom. You deserve options. You should never give nobody the power to feed you. As a woman, even as a man, you should have a way to go out there and make an income for yourself that does not depend on anybody else. So that's what I'm here to teach you guys. So if you in this chat, you probably thinking, well, what is a housing program? And I'm gonna teach you guys. A housing program is the best kept secret because it's making everyday people into impactful earners and it's making everyday people financially free. So TikTok, I'm gonna need for you guys to get the likes up to 2K likes, and then I'm gonna keep going. But I'm gonna need some engagement in this chat tonight because I'm teaching you guys about a business that I do in real life. I'm not just up here teaching something that I don't do. This is my real life, and I still have my houses to this day. And my houses, honestly, y'all, is what takes care of me. It's what's give me freedom. I don't have to sit here and depend on no man to sponsor my lifestyle. I don't have to depend on no 9 to 5 to give me permission to take time off of work. So that's what I be trying to tell you guys. You need to create options in your life where you call the shots. And that's just that on that. So TikTok, you guys tap the screen, because I could wait. I can wait till we get to 2K likes to start this class. But listen, you might want to get in here because this ain't no group home. We ain't talking group homes. We ain't talking personal care homes or assisted livings. I'm talking about how an everyday person can get paid from housing individuals in need. And a lot of people don't know that. And I used to be just like y'all. I was sitting here thinking, oh, I have to start up a group home in order to help somebody and get paid for housing people. You ain't got to do that. This is a new way. What I'm about to teach y'all, this is something new. And we not waiting on no starting up and getting zoned through the city and waiting 10 years to get experience. None of that is needed in this. And what I tell my students and what I tell people is that as long as you got a business mind and a heart to want to help people, you can thrive in this business, y'all. Anybody can get started. I have students that are felons. I have students that are single mothers. I have students that have never started a business that opened up housing programs and now they can live life on their own terms. They don't have to go out there and DoorDash and Uber Eats and do all of that crazy stuff anymore. They actually build a life of freedom because they open up housing programs that take care of them and pours into the community. So that's what it's about, y'all. TikTok, once we get to 2K likes, I'm gonna let y'all know what's up. But I'm gonna need to see some taps on the screen because we at 1.7K. So I could wait until y'all get it together. And YouTube, I'm gonna need for you guys to hit the thumbs up on the live stream. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. FB, y'all don't be weird. You guys engage. Make sure you guys are hitting the hearts on the live stream. Hey, Jenny. Period. So now we had 2K likes. Good job, guys. So for the ones that's in the chat, I want you guys to know that if you've ever had a desire to get paid from housing, veterans, seniors, people in need, people coming home from prison or jail, people that are just going through transitional periods, you need to consider starting a housing program. And this is a new wave, and I'm gonna tell you why. A housing program, some people I call it independent housing, but some people call it independent living. Some people call it co-living, shared housing. But here's the thing, y'all. This is what this is. We are providing housing only to individuals in need. Somebody type housing only in the chat. Welcome, Jenny. Jenny said new here. Welcome in, Jenny. Somebody type housing only in the chat. So I teach you guys how to get paid from providing housing only. So what does that mean? That means we are not giving out 3 meals a day. We are not bathing nobody up. We are not giving out medication. We are only giving these individuals a safe and structured place to call home. And this is what, let me tell y'all what this is not. This is not a group home. This is not a personal care home. And this is not an assisted living. So what does that mean for you? That means that you do not have to call your local city and say, excuse me, do I got permission to set up this housing program and house 6 unrelated? You ain't got to do all of that. You do not have to be a nurse. You do not have to be a CNA. I don't care who you are. You could have did 30 years in prison. Guess what? You can start a housing program. You can have bad credit. You can start a housing program. And I like to tell people, I am not no nurse. I am not no CNA. I am just a baddie with a business mind and a heart that love to help people. And I found a way to get paid for it. So now I get on here and I teach you guys how you can get paid for housing individuals in need because I'm doing it. And I've been doing this business since 2021, y'all. I am not no fly by night. I've been doing this business since 2021, and I have a total of 6 houses and 49 beds. Gigi said, I love your hustle. You are so inspirational. Thank you, Gigi. Shout out to you for being in the live stream tonight. But yeah, that's proof, y'all, that you don't have to be anybody special to get started in this business. As long as you got a business mind and a heart ready to help people, you can thrive in this field. Now, like I told you guys, you don't need no experience. And guess what? You don't even have to own the property. You do not even have to own the property. So I want to see who we got in the chat. If you're a homeowner, drop a 1 in the chat. If you don't own property, drop a 2. I want to see who we got in the room so I can know who we talking to tonight. So if you own property, drop a 1 in the chat. Do you need inspection? No inspection is needed for this. No. This is completely unlicensed, y'all. So let me see who we got in the chat. Like, we got a lot of people that's not homeowners. Okay. Let me see if I can see on FB because the comments is stuck. We got a lot of tools. Okay. And guess what, y'all? If you don't own property, that's okay. I don't own not one property, y'all. I have six houses and 49 beds. And guess what? I rent all 6 of those locations with permission. So what does that mean? That means the landlords, they know what I do and they approve of what I do. So I rent from landlords and property management companies, and they give me full permission to run my housing programs. And that's why I teach you guys how you can set these housing programs up in your cities and your states with permission from the owner or the property management company. Now, for the ones in the chat that said they own property, guess what? You get to skip a step. You don't have to do what we have to do and get permission. This is your house. You can do how you see fit. So that's the only difference between a homeowner and a renter. The person that has to rent a house, they just have to get the permission, and the one that owns, you don't have to get permission. So that's what the difference is. But I just want to let you guys know that there are no barriers in getting started in this business. So I don't want to hear none of y'all excuses. I have students that are felons that have housing programs up and running. They got 2, 3 houses, and the landlords give them full permission. They give them full permission. Now you might be saying, well, do I need credit in this business? How do I rent a house? Everybody guess what? You don't need credit to rent a house. So drop no credit needed in the chat. And I'm gonna go a little deeper for y'all. Hey, Sean. So drop no credit needed because you don't need credit for this, y'all. You do not need credit. When I tell you guys, when I tell y'all I pitched my landlords and property management companies so good, they did not ask me for a credit check. They did not ask me for a bank statement, and they did not even ask me for a background check. And that's what I teach my students. I teach my students how to maneuver, how to talk to these landlords and property management companies, how to look official when you go representing your business. Because when you look in a certain way, guess what? They're not about to sit here and play with you. So that's why we move different. And it gets to the point where the homeowners is going to be throwing houses at you. When I tell y'all, my landlords, they be calling me, hey, could you take a look at this house? Here's the address. Could you see if this is a good fit for the housing program? When I tell y'all they be throwing houses at me, they literally be throwing houses at me because they want us to rent all of their houses. So no credit is needed in this business. And for some of y'all that's thinking, well, I need a whole lot of money to get started. That's not even the case either. That's not even the case either. Tina said, I got 3 clients, but trying to see how to get more. Tina, how'd you get the 3? How did you get the 3 clients? Keep doing what you already did. A lot of y'all be knowing the answers to your own question, and I think y'all just be wanting me to say something. But listen, it's not rocket science, y'all. If you got a heart to want to help people and you got a business mind, you can set up a housing program. And a lot of y'all be thinking like, oh, can I do this in my city? Can I do this in my state? Listen, y'all, I got students all across the US that's up and running and got their houses up. I'm based in Metro Atlanta, but outside of just me, I got students in Florida. I got students in Louisiana, Texas, where else? North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, New Jersey, Arizona, Cali. Listen, success is endless at this point. She said, I feel like I've marketed all the places. Yogi Mommy, are you one of my students? Because you clearly can't be one of mine. You clearly can't be one of mine talking like that. Because one thing about my students, we don't give up. We don't give up. You're going to have to keep, and success is not an overnight thing. And that's what I be trying to tell y'all. Yes, y'all, I have 6 houses and 49 beds, but I did not get here overnight. It took a lot of business building. Y'all be wanting to have a business. Y'all be wanting to have a baby and expecting the baby to walk by next week. That's not how business works, y'all. Y'all got to wake up and be realistic. I know you're not giving up, but I got somebody need to hear this. If you don't need to hear this, somebody need to hear this. But listen, y'all, success is not an overnight thing. You have to take the stairs to success. You cannot take the elevator. Everybody starts at day one, and the seed you plant today, you might not eat from that seed until 2 months. You have to we're building a business, y'all. We're building a business. This is not a get rich quick. With the success that you guys see me with today, this is not an overnight result. This is me building since 2020, 2021, putting in the work, staying down for my come up. And that's what I tell my students. Listen, I give you guys the tools to success, but you have to implement and stay down for your come up. Your time is coming. Just keep going, putting in the work, and something is going to come. But y'all be expecting quick wins, quick results, and sometimes it don't come like that. Now, some people might get lucky. Some people might get lucky. Don't get me wrong, but everybody's journey is different. You can't look at somebody else's journey and somebody else's success and think that you're going to get that same result. Number one, you don't know what type of work that person is putting in behind the scenes, if we being real. You don't know how hard that person is going. You don't know how that person is showing up every day. So you can't sit here and compare yourself to the next person. Run your own race. That's what y'all need to do. Focus on running your own race and building your business. It's gonna come, but it's not overnight. But if you stay down for your come up, I guarantee you're going to eat in the end. And that's just how it is. I did not get here overnight, y'all. But somebody needed to hear that. Y'all be wanting overnight success in business. And when things don't pop off the way y'all wanted to, y'all be calling somebody a scammer. It ain't that the person is a scammer. It's that you ain't put your time in. We all got to put our time in, y'all. Like you think I just get online, post content, and I blew up overnight? No, I had to post 1,000 videos. I had to post about 20 videos until my stuff start popping off. Y'all gotta relax, for real, for real. Y'all gotta relax. Y'all gotta relax and put your time in and earn your stripes just like everybody else had to, because I had to earn mine. Nothing was given to me, y'all. Nothing was, I had to go out there and earn it. The same way y'all see me get on these platforms every single day. You think I'm doing this for nothing? I'm building discipline. I earn my success, y'all. I don't just look pretty. I really earn this every single day. Nothing. No, don't expect nobody to give you nothing. You have to show up every day for your business. And that's just that on that. That's just that on that. So somebody need to hear that. I had to kind of talk to y'all. But listen, y'all, it's gonna happen, but you have to stay down for your come up. Stop giving up at the slightest sign of resistance. If you're not built for the journey, you're not meant to be a boss. You're not meant to be an entrepreneur. Saint Sonoria said, took the class January 18th, house open April 1st. Let's go. Listen, we got some of my students in the chat, some of my trophies, some of my heavy hitters doing their biggest one. And listen, your time is coming. I promise you, but stay down for your come up, and you better be plugged into that community. And I don't know, Yogi Mommy, are you even in the community? Are you active? Because the ones that's active, they having real motion, but you have to stay plugged in and stay down for your come up. I promise you your time is coming. And make sure you clap for the next person when they have success. Everybody say congrats to Sonoria. She said her house opened April 1st. If you don't rejoice with somebody else, guess what? It'll never happen for you. Don't be a hater, y'all. You will never get far in life by being a hater. Well, Yogi Mama, your time is coming. If you active, just keep going. It's gonna come. Something's gonna come. Just stay positive and stay on your journey. We all had to put our stripes in. I promise you. And that's just that on that. That's just that on that. But yeah, y'all, back to the topic at hand. If you got one income stream, it's too close to none. You need to start something that can pay you without you trading your time for money. And for me, y'all, it was independent housing. Milwaukee, where is that? Milwaukee. Where is Milwaukee, y'all? Is that a state? I don't know. I'm having a blind moment. Milwaukee. I don't know. Wisconsin. Oh, okay. But yeah, so you got to stay down for your come up. It's going to come. My one income is my business. That's too close to none, Tumor. You got to open up something else. You got to do something else, because what happened if that one stream dry up? Then what you going to do? So me, y'all, I got multiple streams, but I'm not about to put y'all all of my business. But just know that you need to have options, because what happened if one dry up? You have to have something else. But I'm teaching you guys about independent housing and how one house can change your entire life. One house can change your entire life if we being real, y'all. If you set up one house one time and you fill it up with the right individuals, y'all, it's going to change your entire life. And that's what did it for me. I used to listen, y'all. I used to be out there. I had set up my one house, but on top of me having my one house, I was out there door dashing. I was out there doing Uber Eats. I was out there doing all type of Instacart. And guess what? It got to a point where I could not physically do it anymore, because I had a tragic death happen in the family. And I was like, I just couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. But guess what? I was still able to pay my rent, because my housing program was making me more than enough money. And I didn't realize it till I looked up, and I'm like, I don't even need to do no Uber Eats. Like, what the heck? And once I saw that, y'all, I focused on creating more housing locations. And that's what the difference is. So you guys need to find you an income stream that is going to make you money, that don't require you to sit there and slave behind it. Yeah, you put in the initial work, but once you get that one house set up, it's off to the races, honestly. Now, you in this chat, if you guys are in this chat and you wondering, well, how do I get funded for this? What type of money do we need? Drop funding in the chat, and I'm going to teach you guys how you can get paid in this business, because it's not what you think, y'all. So drop funding in the chat, and TikTok, make sure you guys get the likes up to at least 10K, because it's kind of slow in here tonight. What's going on? So drop funding in the chat if you want to know how to get paid in this business. Like, what's the money looking like what we got going on. Period. Joseph said, I got 2 homes because of your forums here in Lithonia, Georgia, one in New Jersey. Networking is real. Let's go, Joseph. Listen, can somebody screenshot that for me on FB and send it to me? Like, we got some real heavy hitters in the chat. We got my trophy, my success leave clues, y'all. And any student that's connected to me, they winning by default, because that's just that on that. They connected to a winner, they gotta win. And that's just how it is. So yeah, okay. So how do we get paid in this business, y'all? Now, the biggest misconception when you guys hear the word homeless, you thinking that these people don't have no money. You thinking they strung out, they holding the street signs up. This ain't that, y'all. I teach my students how to go into their community and find homeless individuals that have money. Somebody type money in the chat. So this is completely private pay, y'all. So what does private pay mean? Private pay means that the individuals that we house pay us directly. They pay us directly. We're not getting paid through no grants. So if anybody's telling you need grants for this business, they're lying. We're not getting paid through the state. We're not getting paid through insurance or Medicaid. And let me tell you why, y'all. Let me tell you why. If you want to get paid through grants, insurance, the state, guess what? You're going to need to be licensed, zoned, and certified. I love your confidence, encouragement, and education fee. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Mindset. I appreciate that. But yes, in order to get paid through those streams that I told you guys about, whether that's grants, getting paid through insurance, getting paid through the state, you're going to need to be licensed, zoned, and certified. And with this business model that I teach you guys on starting your own independent housing programs, you don't need to be licensed. You don't need to get permission from nobody in no city. You don't have to have all this experience. You don't even have to own the property. That's why I tell you guys, any everyday person can open up a housing program. I don't care who you are. You could be a single mother. You could be somebody that did 30 years in prison. You could be somebody that's on a fixed income. Thank you, Violet. You can open up a housing program, y'all. There is no excuse. I told y'all, I'm not a nurse. I'm not a CNA. I'm a businesswoman first, and I'm a baddie immediately after. I got a heart that loves to help people, and I found a way to get paid for it. And honestly, y'all, you guys deserve to get paid for your purpose. Nobody should be out here working for free, especially if you helping people. That's the fastest way to burn yourself out and have resentment in your heart. Everybody deserves to be paid for their purpose. And if anybody telling you that you shouldn't be paid for helping somebody, they lying and they a hater and they wish they could. They wish they could. And that's just that on that. Everybody deserves to be paid. And this is another thing, y'all. I don't teach you guys to set up nonprofits. This is not a nonprofit. This is a business. On this channel, the mission is impact and income. The two can coexist, y'all. You can have income and impact your community at the same time. So if anybody saying something wrong with that, they just weird. They just weird and they not making no money and they wish they could. Because half them people in there clocking into that job, but they ain't saying nothing about that. Yeah, so you deserve to be paid for your purpose. And on this channel, I teach you guys how to get paid from helping others and how to become financially free in the process. So that's what the difference is. So you only want to house individuals with money. So everybody drop money in the chat. And I'm going to teach you guys the homeless populations that got that money because we don't do nothing for free around here. Listen, rent is not free. Bills ain't free. Listen, the cost of life ain't nothing free in this life. So we getting paid on this channel. We getting paid to help others, and that's what the difference is. Now, when you're starting your very own housing program, I want you guys to find homeless individuals that get income. Now, what source of income is that? That can be guaranteed income. So the type of income I like to house is the people that get a guaranteed check. So what does that look like? That's people that's on Social Security, disability, VA benefits, retirement, and some of these individuals work jobs. Now, I don't teach you to go out there and house nobody for free. And I don't teach you to fill your house up with straight working people because guess what? That's not a sustainable business model and you will be out of business before you even start. So the way you thrive in this business, y'all, we have to house individuals that have guaranteed money. If you got it, drop got it in the chat. If you got it, drop got it in the chat. I want to break it down to you guys on a third grade level. I don't want to talk over your head. I want you to understand what I'm saying so you can know what it is that I do and how you can set this up in your cities and your states. It's simple, y'all. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's simple. If you're willing to put the work in and you're willing to build something that's impactful, it's simple. So you only want to house individuals that get money. We're not out here looking for grants. We're not out here applying for 1,000 grants and not having no motion. You don't need grants for this, y'all. As long as you house individuals that have their own money, what do you need with a grant? People just say anything so you can buy their products, but you don't need a grant for this. That's why any everyday person can start a housing program. I don't care if you're a felon. I don't care if you did 30 years in prison. I got students that are felons and that have 2 and 3 houses opened up. The city can't clock RT, y'all. Nobody is regulating us. So I teach people how to open up independent housing programs in their cities and their states. And a lot of y'all thinking, oh, can I do this in my city? Can I do this in my state? Listen, if you got homelessness in your area, in your city, yes, you can. Yes, you can. I got students everywhere. So I'm based in Metro Atlanta, but this business model don't just work for me, y'all. It worked for my students as well. They have multiple homes. And guess what? They have options in life. They don't got to clock into a 9 to 5 if they don't want to. And if you still want to work your 9 to 5, that's absolutely okay. But why not have a second income stream that's paying you whether you clocking in or not? So that's what I'm trying to put y'all on. Independent housing is the new wave. This is a new wave, y'all. We not opening up group homes no more. We not opening up personal care homes, and we not opening up assisted livings. And you want to know why? Because the everyday person cannot start an assisted living or a group home. You have to have experience. You got to have about 40K in the bank. You got to sit here and have on-site staff. With this business, there is no staff needed. Somebody type no staff in the comments. You don't need staff to run these houses, y'all. Your homes will run itself. I teach my students how to set these homes up that run itself. When I tell y'all I be living my life, I go on vacation, I take flights, I do what I got to do, and the houses run itself. You don't need a staff for this. So when you focus on housing independent and high functioning people, you don't need a staff for this, y'all. And that's what I tell y'all. This is not a group home. You don't sit here and babysit these people. Your job as a housing provider is to provide housing only to independent adults. Independent adults. So I'm not telling you guys to house teenagers. I'm not telling you guys to house bedbound people that need 24-hour care. I'm not telling you guys to sit here and house people that need supervision that's on dementia, that has dementia. This ain't that. This ain't that. So we are housing independent adults. Somebody drop independent in the chat. Drop independent in the chat, and I'm gonna keep going for y'all. That part, you're amazing, Lane. Thank you, Love and Door. Thank you. Yeah, no staff is needed for this, y'all. So that's what I'm telling you. For people that's saying, oh, I got to hire, you don't have to hire nobody. Y'all, I have 6 houses. I didn't hire somebody until I got I was managing 5 houses by myself. And I was still going on vacation, living my life and doing all of that. And I only hired somebody part-time so that way I can kind of take the load off of myself so I can do other things. But you don't need no staff for this. The way I teach my students to run this housing program, they run itself, y'all. And we have systems in place that keeps everything in check when we're not there. You don't have to be shackled to your houses like a nursing home or like a personal care home. You don't have to. You don't have to. So you guys might be thinking, okay, so what do I do? How do I get a house now? When I first got started, y'all, my very first house, it was a 4-2. So I teach my students to get a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom if they can, because the more people, the more bedrooms you have, the more income potential that you can make and the more people you can help. Now, let me break it down even more into perspective. So with this business model and independent housing, you guys, I teach you guys shared rooms. So somebody drop share in the chat. These are shared rooms. I'm not teaching you guys private rooms. I'm not teaching you to put your room on FB Marketplace. I'm not teaching you to throw your room up on Pad Split. We're not renting out private rooms, y'all. These are shared rooms. So I teach you guys how to put a minimum of 2 individuals into one room. So 2 individuals into one room, that's the business model, you guys. We're not doing private rooms. Private rooms is going to bring you a whole nother level of headache that you do not want to deal with. Because when I tell y'all the worst mistake I made starting out was doing private rooms, because some people, they had me about running a trap house. And I don't teach you guys to set up trap houses. And I don't teach you guys to sit here and deal with that nonsense. And half them people that be in them private rooms, they be too entitled. I don't like that entitled stuff. I teach you guys to start up housing program. Now, let me tell you what's the difference between what we do and a rooming house and a boarding home, because a lot of y'all be confused, right? So when it comes to shared housing or a housing program, the difference between us and a regular person that's renting out rooms, there is safety and structure in our housing programs, y'all. That's where the impact come in. These people are not coming into our housing program and doing what they want to do. No, you're going to come in here and act like you got some sense. And if you don't want to come in here and follow my rules that I create and act like you got some sense and pay on time, guess what? You hitting the road. And that's just that on that. I run a strict program, y'all. And that's the thing with independent housing. You as a housing provider, you can make your program as strict as you like, or you can make it as lenient as you like. Me personally, I run a strict program in real life, so my houses definitely will be a reflection of that. And you might be thinking, well, why would grown adults want somebody to tell them what to do? Honestly, y'all, with the population that we house, they need structure and they need accountability. And that's why they can't afford to just go out there and rent a regular place like me and you can. When I tell y'all the need for shared living, the need for housing programs is so big because the individuals that we house, a traditional landlord would never rent to them. Never. They would never rent to them. And let me tell you why. And the reason why we are able to house individuals in a shared room is because number one, the people that we house, y'all, they're on a fixed income. So what does that mean? Fixed income mean that they can't afford to rent a whole apartment. They can't afford to rent, um, they can't afford to rent a house. They have to live in a shared living space because that's all the money that they can afford. And I'm gonna even give you guys some more perspective. So if it's not for housing programs like us, the individuals that we house, they would either be in the streets, in a shelter, or in a jail or a prison, y'all. There's really no in between. And that's why I teach you guys how to set these up because the need for safe housing is such high demand. If it's not for housing places like us, these people will have nowhere to go. They would be in them shelters sharing a room with 50 people, or they would be on the street somewhere. So that's why this is so needed. And listen, y'all, housing is an industry that is recession proof. People gonna always need a roof over their head. Always. That's something that's never gonna change. It's not like something you getting your hair done one week or your lashes. No, you need a place to stay or you're gonna pass away. It gets cold outside and it gets very hot in the summer. So that's why the individuals that we house end up in our programs, y'all, because they have no other choice. Now, I'm gonna teach you guys about the different demographics that you can house in a shared room. Now, now who are the type of people that are willing to share a room? Because you might be thinking, ain't nobody gonna want to share no room. Listen, the people that I house, y'all, they love the shared rooms because it gives them a sense of community, it gives them a sense of belonging and accountability, and it also gives them a place to transition until they get to their next step. And honestly, most of the people that I house, they never leave. And those are the type of people you want to house because I don't really too much care for the transitional population. Now, let me tell you guys the different demographics that you can house in this business. But before I do, YouTube, it's about 50 of us in this chat. I'm gonna need for you guys to give a thumbs up on the live stream. There's only 30 likes. So can you guys please smash that like button? TikTok, I'm gonna need for y'all to get the live stream up to 11K likes if y'all want me to keep going. Um, hey Kawika from Charlotte, period. And FB, let me see if y'all saying something. But make sure you guys hit the hearts on the like too. Hit the hearts on the live. Passion and purpose and profit. That part, Jade, heavy on that. But yeah, y'all, back to what I was saying. So the different demographics that you can house in this business. So you can house seniors, you can house veterans, you can house people coming home from prison or like returning, they call them returning citizens or reentry. You can also house people that are disabled but can still live independently. And then you can house people that are just transitioning from tough situations. You can house people that are in recovery. So that's people that's recovering from like substances and alcohol and things like that. And then you also can house people living with HIV. There's so many demographics that you can house, y'all. There's people that house single mothers. There's people that house the LGBTQ community. So honestly, there's so many creative ways that you can get started with your own housing program. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I want y'all to drop in the chat what demographic would you house if you had a chance to start your housing program. So drop in the chat the demographic that you would house for your housing program if you had the chance. I want to see where y'all head is at. But those are the different demographics that you can get in the shared room. Those are the different demographics. Do I got any minds in the chat? Because it's a bunch of weirdos. We gonna get rid of them. Somebody said, I said all seniors, vets, independent adults. Okay, that's smart. All seniors. Who else? I would start with veterans. Katrina said, I would start with veterans. Kashmir said, transgenders and elderly in prison release. I have 2 homes, but I'm looking into renting another home. Is that who you serve already, Kashmir? That's what's up. That's amazing. Veterans or mental health. Period. Okay, that's great that all of y'all said that. But here's the thing. I teach my students that your mission as a housing provider is to provide housing to all people in need, not just veterans, not just one demographic. Because listen, y'all, that's the fastest way to go out of business. That's the fastest way to go out of business, because I see a lot of people make that mistake when they get started with their housing program. People come in this business with the mindset, and I don't know if it's because they seen a lot of the internet cap of people saying, oh, you can get 1,500 for veterans, you can get 1,200 for people coming home from prison, you can get this, you can get that. And it's a lot of cap on the internet. YouTube, smash that like button, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But it's a lot of cap on the internet, y'all. But this is the thing. To be successful as a independent housing program, your job is to provide housing to all individuals that got money. You should never be denying nobody housing because they're not a veteran. Like, y'all gotta wake it up. We're business people first. Yes, we're impacting the community, but it has to make sense. Like, and that's the fastest way to go out of business, because I get on the coaching calls all the time. I was talking to one girl and she was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. My house is just sitting empty. I'm not getting no calls. I'm paying rent for all these months. And I said, well, what is the demographic that you housing? She said, veterans. I said, that's the problem right there. A lot of y'all be sitting here coming into this business with real unrealistic expectations. Your job is to provide housing to all in need. Y'all drop all in the chat. Drop all in the chat. We not just sitting here picking and choosing. Oh, I only want to house these people. I only want to. That's the fastest way to go out of business. I promise you. Listen, y'all, I have mentors in this field that are local to me, and they've been doing this business for 12 plus years, and they love the way that I'm doing my business because they be stressed out. They be having a lot of empty beds, but that's because they only house one population. This is the listen, y'all. This is the secret sauce of why I'm so successful with independent housing. I don't close any doors. A lot of y'all gonna sit here and leave money on the table because you talking about I only want to house vets. Y'all better stop playing so much and get your money and help your community. Like, who are you to deny somebody housing because they not a vet? Like, make it make sense. And half of y'all just be chasing that money. Y'all be like, oh, I want the $1,500 vet, and that's cap. That's the biggest cap on this internet, y'all. The likelihood of you finding a veteran or finding a house full of straight veterans that's paying you $1,500 per bed, now that's going to be a dream, y'all. That's not realistic. That's not realistic. So I'm going to tell you guys, we get paid in this business. The way you get paid is by the bed. Drop bed in the chat. Drop bed in the chat. Drop bed in the chat. And I'm going to break it down even more so you know how much money you can get per bed. Kawika said, I'm taking all who have a check. I know that's right. Listen, you better wake them on up. You better wake up in here. Y'all gonna be sitting there paying rent on an empty house for 3 months because you talking about you only house veterans and seniors. Y'all gotta be realistic. Y'all gotta be realistic and take anybody that has money and that's willing to follow your rules. That's your main goal. If this individual has income, number one, that we a business first, y'all. This is not charity. We need to get paid for what we do. As long as them people, they have money and then they are willing to follow your house rules, who are you to deny them housing? Like, who you think you are? Like, be so for real. Listen, y'all, I don't close no doors. I leave no money on the table. And let's get the likes up to 20K TikTok. Let's get the likes up to 20K. I leave no money on the table. And that's the difference between me and y'all. Y'all be trying to sit here and pick and choose. But I tell my students, do not close any doors in your housing program. You better take anybody that got a check and that's willing to follow your rules and have a safe space. That's your job as housing providers, y'all. We are in this business to impact everyone, not just one certain demographic. That's the fastest way to fail. That's the fastest way to fail. Now, you guys, we get paid by the bed in this business. Now, you might be thinking, well, how much can I get paid per bed? Hey, Blue, you might be thinking, how much can I get paid per bed? Now, it just depends on your area, and it also depends on what the individual that you house can afford. Now, for example, I'm based in Atlanta, y'all. My bed price is $750. However, I do have some people that pay more than 750, but my minimum bed price for most of my people are 750. So I want everybody to drop their city in the chat and I'll let you guys know what my students are charging in your area. Because me personally, I'm in Georgia, I'm in Metro Atlanta. I charge 750, but everybody won't charge 750. Tampa is about 850. Savannah, Georgia, probably about 650, 700. North Carolina is about 650 to 750. California is going to be 950 per bed to 1,000 per bed. So Texas is going to be about 700 to like 850 per bed, just depending on what part of Texas. Florida is about 850 to 950. But honestly, y'all, you can charge anywhere. I've seen people charge per bed anywhere between $500 per bed all the way up to $1,500 per bed. Now, what's going to determine what your bed price is going to be number one, the cost of living in your area. And then also number two is going to determine on the individual that you're housing, what they can afford to pay. Now, let me give you guys some perspective, right? Now, I charge $750 per bed in Atlanta. However, I do have some people in my housing program that pay me $1,000 per month per bed, and I do have some people that pay me $1,200 a month per bed. But I would never get on here and lead y'all with, oh, you can get $1,200 per bed, because that's not realistic, and most of my people are not paying that. Most of my people pay $750. So let me give you guys some perspective. Yes, Sade, we live, period. Thank you for being here. So let me tell you guys, now based in Metro Atlanta or Georgia, most of my individuals are on a fixed income. So everybody type fixed in the chat. Now, when you guys start your housing programs, you want to target people that get a fixed income. That means that they get in one set amount every single month, and their money comes every single month like clockwork. These are not working people, y'all. These are not people you got to chase down for a check. These are people that get guaranteed money every single month from the government to pay their bills and live their life. Those are the people you want to house, y'all. Those are the people that I fill my beds up with. If you're new to me, I have 6 houses and 49 beds. I rent all six locations with permission. And out of all 49 of my beds, y'all, I maybe have only 4 working people. And that should tell you something. Most of the other people that don't work, they get a fixed income. So that's what I'm telling you guys. If you want to build a sustainable business as a housing provider, as a housing program, you have to house people that have fixed income. Because a lot of y'all think, what happened if they don't pay? What happened if they try to squat? The people that I teach my students to go after and house, they are going to pay. They have money every single month. They're not sitting here running off on the plug. They need a roof over their head. When I tell y'all, my people in my house, they be calling me, I got your money, come and get it. Half these people, y'all, they are not playing with you. They want their bed, because if it's not for housing programs like you, these individuals will be on the streets or they will be in a shelter. They're grateful to have that shared bed. They grateful for it. So for you to sit here, the only people that's here that's complaining is them working people. That's why I don't teach you guys to fill your house up with them working people. Them working people is a whole nother headache, and them working people want private rooms. I don't teach you guys that. This is a shared room model. So make sure that you get individuals that have a fixed income, y'all. That's how you're going to build a sustainable business, and you're going to be getting the same amount of money every single month. Now, you might be thinking, okay, now, so when I told you guys my people get fixed income, right? So most of my people in Georgia, they get a check of like $943 a month. So that's why I only charge them $750. Now, in that bed price of $750, their utilities are included. The house is fully furnished. Everything is there for them. The only thing that they have to do is bring their clothes. And we do not provide food, y'all. So somebody type no food. Type no food in the chat, because y'all always be asking that. Well, what about food? Type no food in the chat, y'all. You don't have to provide these people food. That's not your responsibility. These are grown, independent adults that can go and get their own food. Half of them got food stamps. Half of them get different levels of assistance where They don't need you to sit here and cook them 3 meals a day. Now, when you start getting into that nonsense, like providing 3 meals a day, guess what? Now you moving like a group home, you moving like a personal care home, and the city gonna come shut your tail down. And you deserve that because I don't teach y'all that nonsense. I teach you guys how to stay compliant, impact your community, and make your money in peace. The moment you start doing all that nonsense that I don't teach y'all, now you're gonna be in trouble. That's why I tell my students housing only. Your job as a housing provider is to provide them housing only, a safe and structured place to call home. That's what the difference is. That's why you don't need no license. That's why you don't need no zoning. That's why you don't have to have 24-hour staff. That's why you don't need to sit here and have all this experience because you're just providing them a safe place. That's it. I like to relate this to Airbnb, y'all, because before I started my housing programs, I was doing Airbnb. So I kind of transitioned. I closed down my Airbnbs to fully go in on this. Airbnb, I got tired of it. So I want to relate the housing program just like Airbnb, y'all. So what the difference is when you go stay in somebody's Airbnb, if you've ever stayed at Airbnb, drop a one in the chat. If you've ever stayed at Airbnb, drop a one in the chat. Because this is similar to Airbnb in a sense, y'all. The only difference is we are providing shared rooms instead of the private rooms in the whole space. Now, when it comes to independent housing, I like to tell people, or like a housing program, this is like an Airbnb for people on a fixed income that never want to leave. That's what the difference is. So you don't have to sit here and worry about a high turnover rate, people constantly leaving. You got to clean the room and turn the room over. This ain't that, y'all. This ain't that. And then another thing, when you stay in somebody's Airbnb, guess what do they have? House rules. They have house rules. So you cannot be in them people's houses throwing parties. You can't be in them people's houses doing all type of crazy things and bringing multiple guests that's not on the reservation. It's the same concept with a housing program, y'all. Whatever rules you set for your housing program, that's what the people have to follow inside of your program. That's what the participants have to follow. So you are not nobody's landlord, and these are not your tenants. That's what the difference is. That's what the difference is. These are not your tenants, and you is not nobody landlord. And that's just that on that. So we are a housing program. Y'all drop housing program in the chat. This is a new wave. This is the business model that's making everyday people impactful earners. It's making everyday people financially free. This is the business model, y'all, that has made me financially free. I never have to clock into a 9 to 5 as long as I live because I created housing programs that takes care of me and that impacts my community and provides safe places for people to call home. That's what the difference is. I don't need no man sponsoring my lifestyle. My houses take care of me. You don't need to clock into no 9 to 5 when you got one house that can pay all your bills. If we being real, and that's what I tell y'all. When you start an independent housing program, there is no cap on your income. You can take this as far as you want to take it, honestly. Now, back to what I was telling you guys, how we get paid by the bed, because I want to break down how you can determine how many beds you need to get to the freedom number that you want to make monthly. But in this business, we get paid by the bed, right? Now, when you're starting out, you need to know. So, for example, I want everybody in this chat to drop their freedom number. How much money would you make a month if you could? Is it 5K a month, like 8K a month? What monthly income would make you comfortable to where you don't have to clock into that 9 to 5, where you can actually breathe and, drop in the chat. I want everybody to manifest, and we got 20K, 30K, 5K. What else we got? We got 12K. Got the message, housing program. That part, we starting housing programs up, y'all. This is a new wave. We ain't starting up group homes no more. We not starting up personal care homes or assisted living. This is what's making everyday people impactful earners, impactful CEOs. A group home can never. A personal care home can never, because half of y'all would never be in position to own a group home or a personal care home. Because guess what? You got to have a whole bunch of money in the bank, at least probably 30K to 40K. You also have to own the property. You have to sit here and have all this years of experience. When it comes to a housing program, anybody can start this. Anybody. Like the same way anybody can go and set up an Airbnb. It's the same concept, y'all. It's the very same concept. Now, for the ones that saying they want to make 10K months, let me show you guys how you can get to 10K months in this business. And I'm going to show you guys the income potential that one house can have for you. I'm gonna show you guys the income potential that one house can have for you. Now, when I first started out, I'm gonna give you guys the example of my very first house, the very first house that I still have to this day. Now, my very first house, so I teach all my students to start out with at least a 4-2. A 4-2 is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. If you got it, say got it in the chat, because I'm gonna break it down for y'all, and I don't want to lose y'all. So I would recommend for you guys to start with a 4-2. That's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. If you're in a place where the cost of living is high, you can do maybe a 3-2 or a 3-1. If you got what I'm saying, drop got it in the chat. But I started with a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom. And the reason why is because I put 8 beds in that house. I put a minimum of 8 beds in that house. I don't know why the comments is coming in slow over here. Period. Now, let me show you guys the income potential that one house can do for you. So when I first got started, I had a 4-2 and I put a total of 9 beds in that house. But typically, if you get a 4-2, you want to put a minimum of 8 beds. So for example, if you get a 3-bedroom, you want to get a minimum of 5 to 6 beds for it to make sense for you financially. Your phone acting up too. Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? Because ain't nobody saying nothing in the chat. It's weird. But anyway, make sure you guys keep tapping that live. And then, so my very first house, I had 8 beds at 750. So I'm gonna do the math with you guys so you can see what type of money one of my houses is bringing in. Now I got 6 of these, and some of them make more than others. And I'm not about to put y'all in my business because you will never know how much I make. I don't make income claims because everybody don't have my work ethic. Everybody don't have my success. So I would never sit here and tell y'all crazy numbers because half of y'all would never do what I do to have the success I have. So we just being honest, we being real. And that's just that on that. Now, my very first house, I had 8 beds at 750. Now let's do the math. Now I had 8 beds that are shared in that house at 750. So that's 6K a month. God has a different blessing for all of us. Listen, that part, Jamico, that part, listen. So you got to run your own race. Some of us work a little harder than others. So that's why I don't want to set unrealistic expectations for y'all. But you know yourself better than anybody. So keep it real with yourself, and you know yourself. You know your work ethic. If you know 5K is good enough for you, listen, focus on that 5K. If you know 8K is good enough for you, focus on that 8K. Me, listen, y'all, I'm a heavy hitter. I'm gonna shoot for the stars because I want to live lavish. I want to live above average. So that's why I'm different, y'all. I'm different. Now, so from that one house, the one house that I had 8 beds at 750, and that's bringing in 6K. Now, I added an extra bed in that house, so that house actually has 9 beds. And with that last bed, I made that into a private room because that room was just too small to put 2 people in there. So I had to make it a private, and I charged that person 1,000. So that very one house, y'all, is bringing me in 7K a month. And this is money that I get every single month like clockwork. Like clockwork. I don't have to break a sweat. I don't have to sling an Amazon package. I don't have to do Instacart. This is money that is flowing to me like water every single month because I'm keeping my beds filled and my people are paying me. I'm going to break down rent and everything. I'm going to break down everything. So this is what that one house is bringing me in, y'all, with 9 beds. And listen, y'all, I don't own that house. I rent. I rent with permission. And that's why I teach you guys how you can do this through renting property. You don't have to own anything. You can even start with the house that you living in, if we being real. So don't let that go over your head. The ones that get it, get it. If you missed it, that's some free game that you just missed out on. But yes, so that one house is bringing me in 7K. Now, you might be thinking, well, how much is rent? Now for this house, it's a 4-2. My rent is only $1,850. And a lot of y'all might be thinking, well, how much money do I need to get started and set up? Now for this house here, I only needed $1,850, which was the rent, and I needed another $1,850 for the deposit. So in total, it took me $3,700 to get into this house. That was it. $3,700, because I told y'all before I was doing this business, I was doing Airbnb. So I use the money from my Airbnb business to put into this business. I'm a real entrepreneur. I'm not going to sit here and blow all my profit. And as a boss, as an entrepreneur, you should never be burning all your money down to the ground and not reinvesting your money. So I took the money that I had from my Airbnb business and I used that to get my very first house, which was what, 3,700, 1,850 plus 1,850. So that's all it took for me to get into this house. Now, when it came to the furniture, y'all, I used the furniture that I had in my Airbnb already. So that it really cost me nothing. Furniture ain't nothing, y'all. You ain't even got to deck it out like it's a real nice place. These people are just grateful to have a roof over their head, if we being real. So when it came to furniture, it really didn't cost me nothing because I already had furniture. And a lot of y'all got furniture sitting in your house that y'all don't do nothing with. So yeah. And then so that pretty much was it. Now my rent is 1,850. So let's take out the rent in this price. But listen, before we start taking out rent and before we start taking out utilities, listen, a lot of y'all not even making this at y'all 9 to 5 if we being real. Let's just be real right now. A lot of y'all not making this at y'all 9 to 5 unless you have to like overly slave. You gotta do all this overtime. You gotta sit here and be miserable on the clock. You gotta sit here and break your back, stand on your feet for 8 hours as a cashier. You gotta work in the warehouse, slinging them Amazon packages. Listen, this is money that I did not have to break a sweat for. This is me just existing, and every single month, y'all, this 7K rolling in like clockwork. Hello, hello. And listen, y'all, the first is coming up, and guess what? Right in my bank account. Hello? If you want to see 7K in your bank account, drop a one in the chat. 7K with ease. 7K that you ain't had to sit here and break your back for it. If you could use 7K in your bank account with ease, drop a one in this chat right now. Y'all better wake it on up. Y'all playing too much. Y'all playing too much. Listen, y'all, I use my free will to build businesses while y'all be sitting on these apps scrolling for free. You better use your free will to build you a business that could change your life, if we being honest. Hello? Hello? But yeah, y'all, I teach you guys how you can build impactful businesses in your community through starting a housing program. When I tell y'all one house really did it for me, and I'm gonna break down the expenses in a minute. Now, so my rent, hey Terrence, so my rent is only 1,850. So let's subtract the rent because I'm gonna give you guys a realistic number. But like I said, a lot of y'all still not bringing this home at your 9 to 5 if we being real. And this is just one house this one house, y'all, you only had to set this house up one time and keep your beds filled. Now let's take out the rent. Period. Let's take out the rent. So let's take out 1,850. Now my rent is 1,850. So now we're left with $5,150. Listen, y'all, this is still good money. If we being real, this is still good money. Listen, it's with the ease. Hello? Talk to him, Global. Listen, this is money that's flowing in without you having to break a sweat. And this is why I be telling y'all, you should not put all of your faith into a 9 to 5. You need to build a business that can actually make you money without you having to slave over it. Just you setting it up one time and making sure everything is running smoothly. This is money that you got flowing in like clockwork. If we being real, when I tell y'all the first of the month is the best day of the month for me, while half of the people is paying bills, I'm getting paid. Even though I got to pay my bills, guess what? I'm getting paid at the same time. Now, when it comes to utilities in this business, y'all, I tell my students that you want a budget and can it be done in a different state? What you mean? So you run it in a different state? It just depends. You got to have some type of help. You can't do it. This is not like an Airbnb you set up on autopilot, y'all. You have to have some type of boots on the ground because things happen in this business and the population that we deal with, sometimes they can do some weird stuff. So you got to have somebody that can pull up on the houses if something go down. But back to what I was saying. Don't be one income away from being broke. Listen, Richard, talk to him. That's why I'm trying to put y'all in position to win. You need to be starting you an independent housing program. This is the wave that's making everyday people financially free. This is the new wave. We're not starting up group homes no more, y'all. Group homes is done up. Personal care homes is done up. The new wave is starting independent housing programs because anybody can come in this field and win. I don't care if you're a felon. I don't care if you somebody that get a check every month or you want to start a different income stream. Because I had some ladies in my DMs that asked like, hey, can I still do this as a senior that get a fixed income? Anything is possible, but you're gonna have to figure out, your ways. If you still want to get your check, you're gonna have to figure out some ways. But listen, y'all, Any everyday person can come in this business and win. I told you guys, the only requirement to have success in this business, you have to have a business mindset. Number one, if you ain't got no business mindset, you might as well pack it on up. You got to have a business mindset, number one. And number two, you have to have a heart that's genuinely after wanting to help people. Because if you just strictly in this for the money, y'all, you will not last in this field. Because yes, my money it comes in like clockwork and effortlessly, but at the end of the day, we're still dealing with a vulnerable population. And yes, they will get on your nerves. They do get on my nerves, but guess what? I wouldn't trade it for the world. I would not. I would rather take getting on my nerves than me having to clock into a 9 to 5 that I hate, miserable, and I gotta ask for permission to go on vacation. So y'all gotta pick y'all struggle, honestly, if we being real. So at the end of the day, you pick your struggle. I take them problems all day long because listen, they keep me paid every single month. Every single month they keeping me paid and I'm walking in my purpose and I'm doing a great thing for them. So I don't mind the little small dramas and the headaches. It come with the territory. It is what it is. So that's why I tell y'all, you can't be all the way in it for the money because you will get annoyed and then, you might get burnt out. But if you are truly operating in your purpose and you truly enjoy helping people, it won't bother you. It really won't. So that's just how I like to put it. But when it comes to breaking down your utilities, I tell my students that you want to budget anywhere between $500 to $800 a month for your utilities. Typically, now that for this house that I have right here, y'all, my utilities do not go over $500. My utilities for everything, it'd be like around 480 or 4 something, but it's never over 500. But for the sake of the example, I'm just going to subtract 500 to give you guys an idea in case your utilities do go to like 500. So let's take out 500. Now, and with the utilities and the bills, y'all, that includes insurance, water, lights, whatever, everything, internet, that's everything. So don't sit here and ask, what about this? What about that? Listen, you budget whatever you want to budget, but in that price, that covers everything for my house. Now, after I pay all my bills and I pay all my rent, this is what I'm walking home with every single month, $4,650 like clockwork. This is money that I did not have to sling an Amazon package for. Hello? I did not have to break my back for this 4,650. I did not have to sit here and stand on my feet for 8 hours. I did not have to work an overnight shift to get this like clockwork every single day. The only thing I had to do, y'all, was set up a house one time, fill that house up with the right people, and get my money. If you could use an extra $4,650, drop a one in this chat right now. Drop a one in this chat because y'all too quiet on me. It's like y'all not trying to make no money. Like, who trying to make some money in this chat? Y'all ain't trying to listen. If you could use an extra 4,000 that you don't have to break your back for, you do not have to trade your time for money for this 4,000. Listen, y'all, I get this money. I've been getting this money every single month since 2021. This is just one of my houses. Hello? This is just one of my houses. I have 6 of these, y'all, but some of the houses make more than this. But I'm just giving you guys a realistic number for one house. And a lot of y'all that's saying that you want to have 5K months, listen, all you need, one house can take care of a lot of y'all rent. It could take care of a lot of y'all utility and your personal bills. So imagine getting this every single month off of one house, if we being honest. This is a great thing, y'all. And this is why I did not have to DoorDash no more. I didn't have to Uber Eats. When I saw that one of my houses was bringing me in this much money a month, my number one focus, y'all, was going to get another house. Like, what? This is what I'm making in off of one house. Look, let me go get another one and get another 9 beds. So that's why I tell you guys, we get paid by the bed in this business. So for y'all that's in this chat that was saying you want to make 10K months, you want to make 5K months, your job as a housing program, as a housing provider, you need to figure out what your freedom number is and how many beds is going to get you to your freedom number. Now, for the ones that was in the chat saying they want to make 10K months, let's do some math. Let's do some quick math. For the ones that want to hit 10K months, let's do $750 because that's what my bed price is. So let's do $750 times 16 people, times 16 beds, y'all. Now, if you got 16 beds at $750, that's $12,000 a month. That's 2 houses, y'all. That is two houses that's bringing in 12K that you ain't even got to break a sweat for. So let's be so for real. For the ones that want 12K a month, drop a one in the chat. Because honestly, y'all, if you want to hit 10K months, you really only need two houses. Two houses with about 16 beds. What about 16 beds? A lot of this, y'all, would take y'all out of y'all 9 to 5. If y'all had two houses, well, for me, y'all, it didn't take me much because I ain't got no kids. So I really could maneuver how I see fit. But for some of y'all that's in this chat that got kids, you got families, okay, it might take you 3 houses. It might take you 4 houses. But at the end of the day, you want to find what your freedom number is and figure out how many beds is it going to take for you to get to your freedom number, y'all. And that's why I tell y'all, this is why I'm so passionate about teaching you guys this business model that not a lot of people know about. This is like the best kept secret. Y'all still thinking about no kids, I'm the baby. Listen, Cashmere, listen. Kids weird. I'm the baby. I ain't no kids. I'm the baby. For real, for real. So, and Shay said, I'm an empty nester. So listen, if you an empty nester, if you got empty beds in your house, you got a basement that's not being used, you got an attic that's not being used, you might want to tap in. You might want to tap in with the queen. Listen, we got another. Latoya says she an empty nester. Listen, you might want to tap in with the queen and start you a housing program, y'all, because this is what's really making people financially free. When you say beds, you mean just the beds in one room? Huh? What does that mean? I don't understand that. But I teach you guys to do shared rooms. So we're putting a minimum of 2 beds into one room. A minimum of 2 beds into one room. Now, in this chat, so that's why I tell you guys, you have to find out what your freedom number is, and then you just do your own math about how many beds you need to get to be able to walk off from your 9 to 5. And for the ones that don't want to walk off from their 9 to 5, you don't have to. But my job is to create more impactful earners, more impactful CEOs, and give you options. Life should be about options and freedom. And that's just that on that. Like if you want to go and get on a flight, you should have the option to do that. Listen, y'all, I don't have to answer to nobody. If I want to get on the flight, guess what? My house is still making me money. I get on my flight, come back home, and live my life. And that's the type of freedom I want for y'all. That's the type of freedom I want for y'all. So if you in this chat and you thinking, well, how can I start a housing program? How can I learn this method from you? Drop student in the chat and I'm gonna open up some spots for students. And I'm gonna do something real special for y'all because number one, yesterday was my 1-year teaching anniversary that I've been teaching independent housing, and it's so amazing. I have taught over 3,000 students how to become financially free through starting their own housing program. I have multiple success stories. I have students that are felons. I got students that are single mothers that opened up 2, 3, 4 homes. I have students that were able to walk away from their job and have financial freedom because it started with their housing program. So that's why I tell you guys, if you want freedom in life, a 9 to 5 is not giving you freedom. Happy 1 year. Thank you, Palu, period. Shay said, I like making money literally while I sleep. And this is it, y'all. This is a new wave. And the thing is that not only are you making money, but you're actually impacting your community through providing safe spaces for these individuals that we house, because a traditional landlord would never house them. So here's what I'm going to do. So for all the action takers in the chat, what I'm going to do is I am going to put my bundle on sale for 5 minutes. Now, inside of the bundle, a lot of y'all open homes to college students. So I don't teach you guys to go after college students because that money is a little funny. So the demographic, if you just joined it, you missed the whole class. We already went over the type of people you want to house in your homes. But if you're in this chat and you want to learn how to start your own housing program in any city, in any state, you want to learn where to go inside of your community to find these homeless people that have money. You want to learn what to say to landlords and property management companies so that they give you full permission to run your housing program, even if you don't own property. You need to become a student and learn my method. This method that I'm teaching you guys, this is why I'm able to have 6 houses and 49 beds to this day. I'm not up here teaching y'all something that I don't live in real life. I still have my houses and they're doing amazing. You can go on my page, scroll my content. Like, this is my real life, y'all. And I really love what I do. And that's why I'm so passionate about teaching others how they can become financially free and how 10K months can be your new normal, y'all. If I'm making 10K months, it's a bad month for me. Like, that's a lot of people need to know that making 6 figures it should be the standard now, honestly. Making six figures should definitely be the standard with everything going up in life. And listen, you need to build a business. The only thing that is going to give you freedom is you creating a business and building something impactful that not only keeps you paid, but that is in high demand and that can help your community. And for me, y'all, it was independent housing. This is a recession proof business that's never going out of business. People going to always need a roof over their head as long as they live. Now, if you're in this chat and you want to know how can I learn up under you? How can I join the winning team and start me a housing program in any city in any state? The best thing to start with is my bundle. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my bundle on sale because it's officially my 1 year anniversary in teaching. And I've made over 50 people six-figure earners just from starting housing programs. So what I'm going to do, give me 1 second, y'all. Let me put my program on sale and I'm going to show you how to get it. And listen, it's only going to be on sale for 5 minutes. So if you miss out on this is going to be the lowest it's ever been. And at the end of this month, I'm actually going to be increasing the prices because my students is having too much receipts and too much motion. And it's like one of my students, she says one of her houses bringing her over 4K, and that's just one house. I already showed y'all the numbers. So yeah. Now, the best thing to do to become a student and get access to me, you have to invest in my bundle. My bundle is going to walk you guys from A to Z how to start this in any city, in any state, without needing any license, without having to go to zoning, without needing to have all this experience. You don't have to own the property. So inside of my bundle, it's a video, y'all. It's not an ebook. It's a video that's going to walk you step by step, and you have access to the material for life. It never expires. So once you become a student of mine, we locked in for life. And then you get ongoing mentorship inside of our exclusive FB community where you can get your questions answered. We have free monthly meetups where you can come on and get your questions answered. So it's not you just getting a bundle and I'm like, oh, beat it. That's it. No, you actually have access to me inside of the exclusive community where we host monthly meetups for free, where you guys can come and get the support you need. Because honestly, y'all, I really want to see people win that's serious. So that's why we host those free meetups so you can come on and get real questions answered. Like on these live streams, y'all, I can't answer everything start to finish. But when it comes to my community, I hold nothing back from them. Like they really can ask me anything and I'm going to give it up real because we are in the community. Now on these internet streams, people be screen recording, being weird. I would never sit here and tell everything from A to Z. Just be so for real. So the video is about almost 3 hours long, but you can stop it, pause it, and watch it 1,000 times if you need to. And I highly recommend y'all watch the video more than once because a lot of y'all watch it one time and then be like, what do I do next? I'm like, you didn't listen because I say in the video, step 1, do this. Listen, y'all, when y'all get the material, don't just listen to it. Actually stop it and apply it. If I'm telling you in the video, step 1, do this. Pause the video, screenshot the steps, and go do the steps, and then come back to the video after you finish, and then do step 2. Or you can watch the whole thing. But listen, y'all gotta apply yourselves. Y'all be wanting success, but y'all be wanting to read, y'all be wanting to listen and do the work. But you have to do the work. Now, what I'm gonna do, my program is currently discounted and is only gonna be discounted for 5 minutes. So I'm gonna show you guys how to get it, and then I'm gonna put the timer on. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description of this video. Once you guys get it, come back and say got it, and I'm gonna show you guys how to join the community where you're gonna get ongoing coaching in your journey. And the only way to join that community is to become a student. I don't give everybody access to me, and that's just that on that. I'm exclusive for a reason. So a lot of people want to get next to me. A lot of people got weird energy, but you're going to have to invest, become a student, or be somebody I want to get next to. It's just not happening. So let me show you guys how to become a student. So on TikTok, what you're going to do, you're going to click my picture right up here. Once you click my picture, another box is going to pop up. Click my picture again. When you get to that box, and when you guys get it, come back and say got it so I can shout you out and show you how to join the ongoing community. And then once you go to my profile, you're going to click where it says Stand Store right here. So you're going to click on Stand Store. And it's the very first one, y'all. Get my bundle. And we do have Klarna and Afterpay, so you can do the payment plans. So I think it'll be as low as like $80. So you're going to click this little drop down right here, and you can sign up for Klarna and Afterpay. And honestly, I highly recommend y'all do Klarna and Afterpay because one of my top students, her name is Majesty. She's a single mother. She used Klarna and Afterpay, and she got 3 houses up right now, and she's in Arizona. And she started off with the Klarna and Afterpay. So don't sleep on the payment plans, y'all. The information will come straight to you once you purchase. So make sure you put the right email. Now for FB, what you're going to do, it should be posted in this live stream. Hold on. Show us the process. I just showed you. Hold on. Let me show you again. So it should be in this live stream for FB. Now, when y'all get it, hey Siri, set alarm for 5 minutes. It's only gonna be on sale for 5 minutes because my students was paying top dollar for this, and y'all getting it at a discounted rate, and that's crazy. All right, well, it's set up for 10 minutes. So y'all got 10 minutes to become a student and learn and join the winning team because it's to the top for me and mine. So if you're on TikTok and you want to become a student, the only way to become a student and learn from me, learn the method and how to start this up in your city, you have to click on my picture right up here. Once you click on my picture, another box is going to pop up. You're going to click on it, my picture again. When you click on that box, Global said, got it. Shout out to Global. Shout out to my heavy hitters and my trophies doing their biggest one. Don't go nowhere. So stay right here. Let me show them how to get it. So you're going to go to my profile. And once you get to my profile, it's the very first link right here. It says Stan. It's the one right here that says get my bundle. It's currently on sale, y'all. It don't get no better than this. As soon as I get off here, it's back to $600. So y'all can sleep if y'all want to. And that's the thing. Y'all be like, well, what happened? No, you should have been on the live stream and took advantage because y'all played too much. And if you want to do Klarna and Afterpay, you're going to scroll all the way down and you're going to click on this drop down right here. And then once you click on Klarna and Afterpay, of course, you got to put your information and it'll break it down into installments for you. So once you get it, come back and say, got it, so I can shout you out and show you guys how to join the exclusive community. Tequila said, do you just have the documents package? So Tequila, I took it out of my BIO, but if y'all want me to put the forms on sale, somebody drop forms in the chat and I'll give you guys a little discount, but I need to see enough people that want forms. If not enough people want forms, and I'm going to say, forget it. But once you get it, come back and say got it. And I'm going to show you guys how to welcome to the winning team. Shout out to y'all. It's to the top. Listen, shout out to Joy. Joy did her biggest one. Joy did her biggest one. So let me show you guys how to join the community where you're going to get ongoing support on your journey. The community is on FB. And listen, y'all got 8 minutes on the clock. So you miss out today, the prices will never be this low ever again because at the end of the month, my price is going up even higher. So yes. Now, if you guys want forms only, somebody drop forms and then I'll put that on sale. But I only see one person that want forms. So it got to make sense. But so shout out to all my trophies. It's currently on sale. No code needed. No code. Somebody drop no code needed in the chat. No code is needed. It's currently discounted. So when I get off of this live stream, it's going back up to $500. So you could sit around and play if you want to. But for the girls that get it. And the ones that don't. Hello? All right, so we got 2 forms. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'll put the forms on sale for y'all. Give me 1 second. And I'll answer a few questions while we wait for my action takers. Shout out to all my trophies that's doing their biggest one and investing in themselves. It's to the top for y'all. Listen, all of my students win just because they learn from the queen and they learn from the best. I'm the top 2. And I'm not number 2. So yeah, that's just that on that. But welcome to the winning team. Shout out to all my action takers that's doing their biggest one, investing in themselves. Now for the forms, give me 1 second, y'all. Let me put the forms on sale. So for my students that are currently students and that just want forms only, I just put them in my BIO. So go get that. The forms are currently on sale. Now, if there's anybody, $285 is the deal. No code needed. Listen, y'all can sit here and twiddle y'all thumbs. When I tell y'all it's to the top for me and mine, that's why I tell you can elevate with me or watch me elevate. And that's just that on that. But yes, everything is my bundle is currently discounted. So for those that want to become a student and join the winning team, invest in my bundle. That bundle is going to walk you from A to Z, step by step. And for those that's in the chat, I'm going to be in Tampa, Florida, March 28th. So go get your tickets if you are in Florida or if you can fly out. It's going to be a vibe. We're going to be teaching you guys how to build housing programs on the water. So it's going to be lit. So get your tickets for Tampa. I think we only got a few tickets left. So, and if you're a student inside of my community, you get access to Tampa at a discounted rate. So just get your ticket to Tampa inside of the community. Okay. So let me show. Jay said done. Period. Jay, welcome to the winning team. So let me show you guys that everybody that joined the winning team, let me show you how to join the community and get your ongoing support on your journey. So What you're going to do is called Independent Housing Community on FB. This is what it looks like. But you have to put the email you purchased with to be approved. And you have to have a profile picture. Now, this inside this community, y'all, this is where you're going to get your questions answered on your journey. So even after you watch your bundle and you still have ongoing questions, this is where you get the help and support that you need. And this is where we host our free monthly meetups. So you guys, they are virtual. Nays, it's the forms are currently on sale. So for all my students in the chat that just want forms only, y'all better go get that, because after the timer run out, it's going right back up. You never answered the question about the HOA. What was the question about HOA? So inside this community, this is where you're going to get your ongoing support, and you're going to have access to me. And like today, y'all, we had a monthly meetup with our inner circle, and it was lit. It was like 9 people on the call, and they got exclusive coaching from me and Up the Score. So this is why y'all need to invest in yourself and join the winning team, because you get access to me and my business partner. And we overly pour into our students, and that's why our students have a different level of success. So that's just that on that. Now, if is there anybody in the chat that want to become a student that need me to show them how to become a student, drop me in the chat. Drop me in the chat. Cindy said, got my ticket to Tampa Lane. Let's go, Twanta. Period. I see y'all in Tampa. Listen, it's gonna be up in Florida for real, for real. How do we get access to the community? Cindy Boo, are you my student? Are you a student of mine? Did you invest in my bundle? Dang, I missed it. I joined last night. What you missed? What you missed? That's good. If you a part of the winning team, listen, you did your biggest one. You did your biggest one at the end of the day. Just purchase. Period, Cindy. Shout out to Cindy. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to FB, and this is what you're going to type in. You're going to type in Independent Housing Community, and you're going to put the email that you purchased with to be approved. This is not a free situation, y'all. If you do not invest in yourself, you ain't getting no access to me and mine. And that's just that on that. So listen, you're going to be hating from outside the club. We don't get down like that. You're going to have to spend it if you want to get next to me and mine. And that's just that on that. So yes, shout out to all my action takers that's doing their biggest one. Oh, so that was the inner circle. So the inner circle meeting, that's our paid subscribe community. So, but the free monthly meetups, anybody could join that. But the inner circle, that's kind of like top tier. But yeah, shout out to y'all. Somebody said me. Okay, so for those that want to learn how to become a student on TikTok, so what you guys want to do to invest in my bundle and join the winning team and learn how to set up your own housing program, you're going to click on my profile picture right up here. Once you click on this profile picture, another box is going to pop up. Another box is going to pop up. No, it's $27 a month. You're going to click on my face again. Once you click on my face again, it's going to take you to my page. Let me show you. And make sure y'all follow me. It's a lot of fake accounts that's trying to impersonate me. I would never follow y'all first. I got 72K followers, over 72K followers. So you're going to hit where it says Stand Store. Hold on. You're going to click where it says Stand Store right there. And the bundle is the very first one. It's on sale. The timer is, we got 2 minutes on the clock. The bundle is the first one, y'all. And we do have Klarna and Afterpay for the girlies that want to do the payment plan. You're going to scroll all the way down. And when you scroll all the way down, you're going to hit this drop down arrow. And this is how you do Klarna or Afterpay. Tara said, just purchase. Shout out to Tara doing her biggest one. So the forms are currently discounted, Tomir. It should be in my storefront. Let me see. It's right here. Look, Tomir, it's the third one. It's the third one in the store. You might want to get that, because as soon as I get off here, I'm taking it right back out my bio. I don't like to clutter up my bio. I just want people to focus on the bundle and Tampa, because that's the main things I'm promoting right now. So, okay. So for everybody that's doing their biggest one, shout out to you. Welcome to the winning team. It's to the top for you. You connected with a winner, and you're going to win by default, but you have to put in the work and stay down for your come up. Thank you for the discount. No problem. No problem. So let me show all of my trophies, all of my students that just signed up, how to join the ongoing community to get your questions answered on your journey. So it's called Independent Housing Community. This is what it looks like. You have to put the email you purchased with to be approved. If you do not put the email that you purchased your bundle with, it will be declined. So this is not a free situation. You're going to have to pay for access. And everything I do is exclusive, y'all. And that's why my students are so successful, because guess what? They paid to be there and they take things serious. So make sure you guys go join the community. This is the most important part. And also make sure you guys type your emails correctly at checkout. If you don't get your bundle, check your spam and check your promotions folder, because sometimes it ends up there unless you just type your email wrong, and then just either email me or send me an inbox and I'll make sure you get that. Is there anybody left? Let me see. How much we got? We got 15 seconds. Nikki, no discount code is needed. It's currently discounted already. So you're gonna go, it's click the link inside of this live stream or go to my page and get it through there. So yeah. Tomir, did you see the forms? The forms should be up already. Oh, that's time. The form should be up already. But if anybody else need me to wait on them, say me, and I'll give you guys some time. Period, Tomir, period. Shout out to my heavy hitters. So here's the FB. This is called Independent Housing Community. You have to type it in, and this is what it looks like. And just make sure you put the email, answer the questions, and you have to have a profile picture to be approved. So make sure it could be a picture of anything. I know like a lot of y'all like to move in silence. It could be a picture of a flower, of a dog. It don't matter. So just make sure that you answer the questions. Me. Okay, so me, what you're gonna do, you're gonna click the drop down in this video and click on enroll to become a student, and that's how you get your bundle. How do I get into the group I just purchased? Shout out to you, boss man. So this is what you're gonna type in on FB, and you're gonna put your email that you purchased with to be approved. And as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna let everybody inside the community that did their biggest one. Shout out to my trophies. I call my students my trophies because they do their biggest one, and I get to brag on y'all. So I don't like to brag on what I've done. I like to brag on the people that I've helped and put in position to win and change their lives. So that's what I like to brag on. So y'all is officially my trophy. So welcome to the winning team. It's to the top for you. As long as you put in the work, stay down for your come up, and stay plugged into this community. Y'all, you have to stay plugged into this community. This is what's going to take you to your next level. There is no other group like this on the internet that's giving it up and that's having success and motion the way our students are having success and motion inside of here. And if you guys want to attend Florida, Christina said, just purchase. Shout out to you. Shout out to Darnita, period. We got some heavy hitters in the chat. So make sure you guys go join the FB community. You have access to this now that you have joined the winning team. Y'all know everything is exclusive on this side. So join the winning team and make sure you put the email you purchased with to be approved. And then as soon as I get off of here, you will get access. But make sure you guys watch your bundle before you start asking questions, because I promise everything that you need to know is in that bundle. And then after you watch it, then you can start asking. Global said, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. When will you have a class in Atlanta? I don't know. Y'all know Atlanta is my home base, so we probably going to do this last. It's probably going to be I could do Atlanta anytime, but for right now, we doing Tampa. But just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. So listen, y'all, I need all my events to sell out, and Tampa is pretty much almost sold out. Every event I do in person, it sells out. Just purchase. Shout out to you, Caston. Period. Shout out to all my action takers for doing their biggest one. Y'all got the discount of a lifetime because it's officially my 1-year anniversary in teaching independent housing and helping people become financially free and make an impact in their community. So welcome to the winning team. It's forever up for you. And that's just that on that. Make sure you watch your material. Put in the work. Stay down for your come up. It's official. I'm a student. Listen, y'all coming out the woodworks. No, that's right. Listen, y'all want to be a part of the winning team, and I don't blame you. Because ain't no other teacher on this internet having motion and success the way my students are. And I love that for them. And that should tell y'all something. Success leave clues around here. Can't nobody tell me if somebody got to brag on you about what they making. I don't care about what you making. Y'all shouldn't care about what I'm making. Y'all should care about what you can make and the people that I've helped make 6 figures, 5 figures. Like that's what the difference is. So if somebody's leading you off of what they make, that's stupid. That's dumb. It should never be that. You should see how many people have you helped? What type of success rates is your people got? Because listen, mine, they to the top right now. I don't got to do no talking about me. I brag on them. I brag different. And that's just that on that. Period. Cecita said, I'm in there. Listen, y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome to the winning team. And that's just that on that. What the heck is that? Oh, wait. I hope they didn't bring me on no... Somebody try to join my live. I hope it didn't go through. For someone starting this, should you go rent a property first? Definitely rent first. Definitely rent first. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You got to join the winning team to get access to all my questions and all. I break all of that stuff in the bundle. Y'all need to invest in yourselves. Y'all be wanting to piece everything for free and be mad that y'all don't be having the success that my students have. You got to pay up. You got to pay up. That's just that on that. You got to invest in yourself. Y'all think I got here for free? No, I invested in myself. I paid 2 mentors a whole lot of money this year, y'all. And guess what? That's going to make me a whole lot of money. Y'all be so scared to spend money. It take money to make money. If you're not willing to spend it as a boss, as an entrepreneur, you're not ready to be successful in life. And that's just that on that. Student ready to go. Listen, clock that tea. Listen, I can only keep it real with y'all. I can only be myself and keep it real with y'all. But is everybody good in the chat? We got any last takers for people that want to join the winning team and become a student? Drop me in the chat because I'm about to head out. I gotta do some stuff when I get off of here with y'all. I gotta work because I'm a real businesswoman in real life. I really put work in. I don't just get on here looking cute, y'all. I really put work in. Like, and that's just that on that. And that's why my success is different. Like, you can't be hating on the next person where you're not willing to do what it takes to be successful for your business. Like, y'all be envious over the wrong people and y'all wouldn't do half the stuff that they do. Would y'all get on here on live every single day? No, y'all wouldn't. So you don't deserve the success that I have if you're not willing to do what I do to be successful. And that's just that on that. And that's just that on that. Listen, I'm going to always push y'all to greatness, though. If anything, I'm going to always inspire you guys to want more out of life and build a life of your dreams because you can have exactly what I have, but you have to put the work in for it. You have to put the work in for it. And all of y'all deserve that, but it's not going to come easy. I didn't get here overnight, y'all. I had to build this brick by brick from the ground up. Nobody gave me nothing. Nobody gave me nothing. Yeah, God put the idea in my heart and he put it in my head, but guess what? It's up to you to execute what he gave you. It ain't going to just happen. It ain't just going to happen. So you could use your free will to watch somebody else win and be a hater, or you can go build something that's impactful, something that could change your life and help the next person. That's what it's about. So that's, yeah, Jay said we are on downfall. That part, people don't be understanding. So let me show you guys the FB community. This is the community. It's independent housing community, and put your email. Thank you, Angel. Good night. This is a community, and then make sure you guys put your email in to be approved, and that's what's going to get you in the door. You officially joined the winning team, and I'm so proud of y'all for doing y'all biggest one. It's to the top. Stay plugged into the community. Nay said just purchase. Shout out to Nay for doing her biggest one. I know that's right. But yes, I purchased your list and started marketing. An agency called and asked if I could come out and do a lunch and learn. Listen, thanks. Shout out to Terry. Could somebody please screenshot that and send it to me? I love a receipt. That's why I tell y'all, my students is really have emotion. And anybody that purchased anything from me that got pure intentions and put the work in, it's up for them. It's forever up for them. And look, the success leave clues. I don't have to tell people to say these things in my chat. They're coming out and giving testimonials naturally. Nothing on this live stream is scripted, y'all. I'm really having emotion, and my students is really having emotion too, off of my material. And that should tell you something. I'm really in the field. Paula said, I just purchased from your business partner today. Period, Paula. Shout out to you. You joined the winning team. Will I see your videos? So you won't see my replay, but if you join the inner circle, because once you get into the FB community, we have a inner circle. It's a paid community. It's $27 a month. But inside of that community, we have all of our videos. So my replay is in there. Jay's replay is in there. My class about how to house re-entry population is in the inner circle. You can watch all of our monthly meetups, all the recordings. So if you want to learn from me, I would say get into the inner circle, which is $27 a month inside of the FB group. So just make a post inside the group asking about the inner circle and I'll tag you in it. But yeah, congratulations, everyone who enjoyed. Yes, let's go. Shelly said good night and thank you. Just purchased. Shout out to you, Shelly. Don't forget to join the FB community, y'all. It's independent housing community. And I'm going to let all you guys in as soon as I get off of here. So this is a community that you get access to. Do not forget to join and put the email that you guys purchase with to be approved. When I tell y'all, you have to stay plugged into this group. Half of y'all, listen, a lot of people be in my inbox like, hey, I got your bundle. What next? I say, are you in the crew? Are you in the community? Oh, no. Well, get into the community and ask your questions in there, y'all. Asking questions in my inbox is not going to work. You have to ask your questions in here and tag me. I'll answer it in here, but it'd be a lot of people that's wasting time in my inbox. So I really don't be answering everybody. It's listen, get in that community. It's going to take you to the top. But shout out to you guys for being in the live stream tonight. I hope I left you guys inspired. Jay said, I'm leaving a legacy for my grandson. I know that's right. And that's gonna be your why, Jade. So when business gets tough, when you feel like wanting to quit, always remember your why. That's what I teach my students. In business, in any business, y'all, you have to stick to your why, because business is not going to be easy, but you have to remember why you're doing this, why you started. Even with my why, y'all, my why is very personal and it makes me emotional. So that's why I don't tell it. But even with my why, that's why I'm so successful. That's why I keep going, because I think about my why when I want to give up. But thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Have a great night. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.